Hey, beautiful souls. Today we are talking about the one belief that will change everything. But before I get into that belief, let's dive into the manifestation process and why perhaps it's not working for you right now. One of the common mistakes that I see people make when they're manifesting is that they are focusing on their current reality. They're focusing on current results, current outcomes, and they're also looking into the past. They're looking into all the things that they perhaps didn't achieve in the past. So they're looking back into the soulmate that they didn't manifest, or the clients they haven't got, or the lack of money, or the lack of opportunities. And by looking back into the past and the current reality, what you're doing is when you're observing that, you are focusing upon that, giving energy towards that, and you're manifesting more of the same. So essentially, when you are bringing your focus and awareness and attention to the current what is circumstances, and you mull over that, and you talk about that, and you complain about that, and you focus upon that, essentially what you're doing is you're manifesting the same thing into your present and into your future, okay? So you observe your current reality, okay? You make it mean something like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not lovable enough, not enough, not enough, not enough, okay? You start thinking from that place, and you start acting from that place, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're manifesting more of the same. So you're in this like loop of manifesting the same thing over and over again, wondering why you keep manifesting the same thing over and over again, is because you are in the manifestation process from the observer of the current reality. Okay, and so in order for you to manifest the soulmate that you truly desire, you cannot focus on current circumstances or what happened in the past. Just because you were not able to attract the divine life partner in the past doesn't mean that you can't have the divine life partner in the future. But if you continue to look to the past as your guide, as your measure, you'll always be limited by your potential of what you created in the past. So manifesting by its very nature is a creation process. You are creating, you're giving rise to, giving birth to. So when you're manifesting, often you're creating things you've never done before. Now I promise you, there are things in your life that you have created, manifested in your life that you hadn't done before. So you've been doing this all your life. But typically what most people are doing is they're focusing on what they don't want, talking about what they don't want, complaining, staying in the victim story, the poor me. And by doing that, they're like repeating the cycle of staying in the past. So from this moment, moving forward, here is the most powerful manifestation hack, if you will, that's going to accelerate your manifesting process, is you stop thinking from current circumstances and past results into your potential. What is possible for you? So one way you could do this is visualizing. You close your eyes and you visualize yourself with the kind of partner that you would love to have, that divine life soulmate that you want to spend the rest of your life with, and what it looks like and feels like to be with that person. And as you've got your eyes closed and you're in visualization, and you're picturing the scene with that person, and you're feeling the feelings in your body, you're starting to shift your point of attraction. Okay, so instead of observing what is, you're tapping into, looking into the potential of what could be. And so your desires, they come from God. Your desires come from God. So if you're wanting that divine life partner, or the clients in your business, or students in your courses, or the money in your account for certain things, you tune into, feeling into what it feels like to have that already. So instead of looking from the place of circumstance, you are creating a reality from a potential of you that already exists, a version of you that already has all the desires that you're currently wanting right now. So instead of observing the past, in your visualization, you're observing a potential reality. And when you do that, you're starting to change your point of focus. You're starting to entangle with the field of pure potentiality in the quantum. And as a result of doing that, your vibration is raised, you're entangling with the potential, and the universe starts sending you the ideas, insights, intuitive hits. You're starting to change your point of attraction, so the people and circumstances start to be rearranged for you to bring that manifestation into form. So that's how manifesting actually works, is you act from the outcome that you desire. Okay, you act from, not from the past, but from the outcome that you desire. And so right now, what is it that you're really wanting to manifest in your life? Like, think about that thing right now. Is it that divine life partner that you've been pining away for, wondering, like, the clock's ticking, where are they, right? Okay, so shifting your focus from the lack into the pure desire of that divine life partner you're wanting to call in. Is it the clients that are the perfect fit for you? Your gifts, your talents, your abilities that are a perfect match for the client's challenges and desires, okay? That they're actively looking and seeking your services, okay? Feeling from that place of being fully booked with your soul line clients, or having your classes filled with those amazing students, okay? Who pay in full, okay? Whatever it is, think about that thing right now. And with your eyes closed, just visualize yourself of the end state or the done deal, okay? So do this with me right now. Closing your eyes and just putting yourself in that end state. What would it feel like and look like to have that manifestation in your life? Invoke the feelings as though it's already happened. Make it as real in your mind as possible. Get excited. Let go of the how. Don't worry about the logistics. Just connect to the feelings and emotions of having that manifestation now. What would it feel like to have this man's arms around you, giving you kisses, buying you flowers, going on beautiful walks, making love, feeling listened to, acknowledged, respected, feeling that deep connection, someone you can count on, where you are the queen and he is your king. Feeling his strength and protection and nurturing. And feeling how you love him, how you support him, nourish him. This beautiful exchange of energy between you and your divine life partner. Feeling the energy inside your heart, inside your sacral. What do it feel like to do life together? And just keep feeling the feelings, magnifying those feelings in your body. They're in your life now. What does it look like and feel like? What are all the things you are doing together? Shared experiences. Knowing that you are enough. Knowing you are lovable. Knowing you are worthy. Knowing that this is possible. And right now, in this moment, you're entangling. You're entangling with all the soulmates on the planet that match this frequency. You're literally calling in your soulmate through this frequency. And the universe right now is conspiring to make it happen for you. It's literally rearranging itself. So it might be via the law of synchronicity that you happen to be at the right place at the right time and the soulmate shows up. Or maybe somebody that has been in your life for a long time, but you didn't recognize they were your soulmate. And now you see that person through a different viewpoint. Feeling those feelings. Beautiful. And so that's part one. We're observing a reality, a potential reality. Okay. And from this place now, from this place, from this energy, from this feeling in your body, you're going to get insight, ideas, inspiration, moves to make. And so open your eyes for me now. And so now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be acting from this place of it's a done deal. Okay, if you're wanting to let's just say you're ordering an order from Amazon, right? You place your order, right? And you're expecting delivery. Okay, you don't keep checking, is it coming, is it coming, is it coming, right? Once you've placed your order, you're expecting delivery, right? If you're in a big city, it usually comes in a couple of hours, right? The placing of the order is very quick. So you just placed your order with creator.com. Okay? Expect delivery. So if you were in the assumption that that soulmate is on their way, right? That ideal life partner for you right now. Not once you've healed some limiting beliefs, not once you've lost some weight, not once you think you're prettier or sexier, right? Not once you've released, a whole bunch of programs, but now in this moment, knowing you're worthy no matter what. There are no conditions, no prerequisites, no requirements, no rules. You've just chosen, you've decided that this is what you're wanting, and you saw that vision. And so from this place, what action steps would you be taking? What moves would you be making? If you knew without a shadow of a doubt that that soulmate is on their way, how would you show up? What actions would you take? And not from a place of neediness. I need a soulmate. I'm looking for my other half, right? God didn't create half a soul. You're a complete soul. The other person doesn't complete you. You're not, nothing's missing, okay? You are a whole and complete human, right? The soulmate adds to that which you are. Yes? And so from that place, you're going to get inspired ideas. And via the law of synchronicity, you'll be at the right place at the right time, and they will show up. What if the soulmate finds you instead of you hunting for them? That through this beautiful synchronicity, that you might be sitting in a cafe or a restaurant or an introduction. And it gets to be easy, it gets to be effortless. From this energy of, well, of course the soulmate arrived. I asked for it from the universe. Of course it shows up. Of course I'm worthy, just as I am. I don't need to be skinnier. I don't need to be younger or older or prettier. That I am enough no matter what, just as I am. Okay? And when you come to full acceptance of yourself, when you love yourself, that's when you attract the divine life partner. Knowing that you're enough already, rather than looking for another person to tell you that you are enough. And so the one belief, the one shift that is going to change everything for you right now is you are enough. You are enough, no matter what. And so here's what happens. Growing up as a child, maybe it was your parents, maybe teachers or siblings, that made you feel somehow you were unworthy. They're pointing fingers at you. You're not good enough. You're stupid. You're fat. Pointing fingers at you. And what happens when people are pointing fingers at you? Who are they pointing at? Themselves, right? They're pointing at themselves. So what they're doing is they're projecting their own insecurities at you. And here you are as a child looking up at the grown-ups, assuming they're like God and what they say must be true, and you take it on as a truth. They said something. They did something that made you feel you were enough. Either the lack of affection, that maybe your parents didn't necessarily have emotional intelligence, and so they didn't give you the hugs and the kisses and the reassurance that perhaps you deeply desired in order to know that you are loved and lovable. And so you attached meaning to it. So as a result of having fingers pointed at you or being attacked verbally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, you created beliefs about yourself. You created stories, and you believed that they were true, that somehow you were not good enough, not smart enough, not pretty enough, not clever enough, not enough, not enough, not enough. But all of that was incorrect assumptions. It was the unhealed aspect of the people around you who didn't think they were enough, that got handed down from their parents and their parents. So it's generational programming of people who don't feel they're enough, projecting it onto the next generation. And none of it's true. Because through the eyes of God, you are enough. You are worthy, no matter what. Nothing anyone can say or do can make you less worthy. And so once you come to understand this deep, deep knowing that you're enough, you no longer need the validation of others. You no longer need to be asking, am I good enough? Am I good enough? You're no longer chasing the likes and comments on your social media. You're no longer fussing over how you look in case you're not approved of, right? That you let go of making the opinions of others more important than your own. In one of our 13 courses, Wealth Consciousness, one of our teachers, Mark Anthony, he has this expression. He's very Australian. He says, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. So when I think of opinions, I think of toilet paper. So when you're looking for people's opinions, who are you listening to? Are you speaking to your single friends about dating? Are you speaking to your broke friends about money? Are your well-meaning family giving you advice on business and they've never run a business? In my opinion, unless you've got skin in the game, your opinion means nothing. If you're not out there building a business, right, showing up every day, right, your opinion means nothing. Why would I take advice from you? Does that make sense? And so this is where we need to opt out of listening to people who give us bad advice. Well-meaning friends, well-meaning family who hold us back. Or if you're in business, too scared to be visible online, scared that people might say horrible things about you. I'll be honest, years and years ago, this used to really bother me. When I first launched my healing school and I was doing like demonstrations of their healing sessions, people wrote some horrible comments, awful, nasty things. People will say the most horrible things online they would never say to your face. And it got to the point where like it started to sabotage me in my business. I stopped showing up, right? And I had to do some work on myself, and I came to realize it's not about me, it's about them, right? I'll give you an example. So years and years ago, I was used to run monthly meditation evenings in London. So every month there'd be a theme, I'd run a meditation evening, and typically we get about 180 people coming every single month to these meditation evenings. We started to build quite a solid community. And so the ticket price was about £12, and then you could bring a friend for half price. That's what it was like several years ago. And so often people would bring their friends, and so, you know, those rooms got filled quite easily. And so I showed a picture of myself on the stage with hundreds of people in my gorgeous dress, all dressed up with my hair and makeup. And I did the post like, come join us on the upcoming meditation evening. It's on like love and money, blah, blah, blah. Here's what you're going to learn, right? The ticket price is £12, bring a friend, whatever. And there was all this stream of comments, like, you know, people were inviting other people inviting friends, commenting that the last event was so amazing. They're so excited. And about 3/4 of the way down, there was this gentleman. And he said, you're a money slave, you're a sex slave, blah, 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 blah. He just did this horrible trolling thing on my Facebook ad. I was like, oh, God, who's seen this? Oh my God, let me just block, delete, ban. Thank God, hopefully nobody saw that. Not many people saw it. He could totally ruin my reputation. And then I calmed myself down, and I got this like voice, and I think it was the voice of my angel, and the angel said, Anna, get over yourself. It's not about you. And I burst out laughing. I totally burst out laughing. So that time, we had, so it was like, the first statement said, you're a money slave. So I'm thinking, well, listen, like, I was building my healing business for a good 7 years before I was making very little money. I was doing it because of the love. If I was in it for the money, I would have quit after a year or two, because I wasn't really making any proper money for 7 years, because I didn't have a coach. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just trying to figure shit out by myself, working my ass off. Like, if I was in it for the money, I would have quit years ago. So am I a money slave? No. And then at that time also, my husband and I, we got a dog. And if those of you who've ever had a pet, it's like having a baby. You're not feeling sexy. So the last thing from my mind was sex with my husband, because I'm dealing with a puppy and there's like poo everywhere and sleepless nights because the puppy's crying. So I'm like, sex slave? Actually, the last time I had sex, I can't remember since we got the puppy. So I'm like, no. So I burst out laughing, go, oh, Anna, it's not about you. Because this particular gentleman, he saw a beautiful woman, you know, looking successful in front of a huge audience, promoting spirituality, and it just triggered all his stuff. And so he projected his own belief systems about himself onto my ad, which actually had nothing to do with me. But my ego made it all about me. Oh, someone doesn't like Anna Kidney. Oh, don't they know that I'm a kind and loving and generous person? Don't they know? Right? So the old Anna Kidney would go, like, let me prove them wrong. I have to show how generous and kind I am. Let me overcompensate. And so for years, this nonsense went on where I'd overcompensate until I recognized that those comments are not about you. They're not about you, even though they may be showing up on your Instagram account or your YouTube account. I had some horrible comments on one of my YouTube videos to the point where I had to like switch off the comments because the work that we do is like, it's miraculous, it's extraordinary. For most humans, it seems superhuman. But like, this is my world, like instant transformation, instant healings, quantum leaping. This is my world, right? For most humans on this planet still don't know what the word manifest means. Believe it or not everyone has watched The Secret. Not everyone has heard of Tony Robbins, right? So the word manifesting is still not a mainstream term for people, right? So when we show demonstrations of like spontaneous healings of like money, relationships, babies being born, eyesight, cancers, clients, our members doing like 6 figures, multiple 6 figures in their business, for most humans are like, this must be like dodgy, this mustn't be real, they must be lying, this must be a cult, this must be not true. Because for them, it's a miracle. But in my world, in my community, this is normal. I could not imagine going through life without my connection to God, without my ability to change my beliefs instantly. Like, how do humans function if they don't know how to change their beliefs? I'm like, why would you handicap yourself? Surely, you must have some tools to change mindset. So I don't know how you would not operate without your connection to the Creator, how you would not operate without your access to your intuition or the ability to transform your life. If there's something you don't like, you can change it. Versus, this is my lot in life. This is reality, right? This is how things are. This is the status quo. This is the rules. I could not imagine living like this. And so daily miracles in my world is normal, but for most humans, it's not. And so when you get those people making comments, you're just triggering them because they don't believe it's possible for them, right? They don't believe it's possible. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that it's possible. You've seen it in my life. You've probably seen it in the lives of our community. And you may be one of those people that have been touched by our work, where you created beautiful, amazing, extraordinary results in your life. And now it's time to take it up to the next level, to expand your capacity to receive even more, knowing you're worthy no matter what. You don't need to lose more weight. You don't need to look younger and do Botox and fillers. You don't need to be the 7-figure business owner. You don't need any of that stuff to be worthy. You are worthy no matter what. And once you fully embrace this belief, this empowering belief that you are worthy, all of that stuff shows up as a byproduct. It happens as a byproduct because when you know you're worthy, you've expanded your capacity to receive. So by universal law, all of those other things you're desiring show up anyway because you can now receive them and accept them. But if you don't believe that you're worthy, you're chasing this thing outside of yourself to feel worthy, it'll always elude you. Does that make sense? And so when you stop telling the story of the victim, the poor me, oh, this always happens to me, no one loves me, they always use me, nobody wants to be my friend, I'm always broke, right? Like if you're telling that story, you're manifesting in reverse. Start telling the new story. Start getting excited about the new life you are creating and share it with your cheerleaders. Stay away from the dream stealers and the naysayers. Hang out with the cheerleaders, this community, and be inspired by the luminaries, your coaches, your teachers, your mentors, who are 10 steps ahead of you, right? Okay. And when you've come across those comments, just know it's never about you. It's never about you. Okay? All right. So let's do a bit of energy clearing because today's topic was love. So let's do an energy clearing on this. So let's allow the Creator that is teaching and show you that you are worthy no matter what. So we're going to release all the rules and prerequisites that you've created in your mind about being worthy, whether it's about money, about soulmates, having the car or the boat or whatever it is that you've put conditions on, right? Let's release all of those to teach you and show you that you are worthy. If you like this, just give me a yes. Thank you. Okay, so for those of you who are looking to manifest and call in that new soulmate, can the Creator that is teach you and show you that there are many soulmates out there for you, not just the one that you get to choose, you get to cherry pick, okay, and to know that you already are a vibrational match and a magnet to your soulmate. Would you like this? Thank you. Okay, and everywhere that you're waiting till you lose weight, you're waiting to get a new wardrobe, I don't know, you're waiting for something. Everywhere that you're kind of waiting for this manifestation, can we show that this soulmate is available for you now? Is that okay? Thank you. And that she, he, they will find you. What it feels like to have them find you. To know that you are lovable, beautiful, and that you really know how to live without using past circumstances, past results, dictating your current reality and your future. Is that okay? So you're no longer measuring yourself or the yardstick by your past. Your past is not an indication of what's possible for you in the now or the future. So let's release everywhere that you're using the past as your yardstick. Okay, good. That's much better. Okay, so I'm getting guidance by the Creator to teach you something, and I'm going to teach it through a metaphor. So, some of you who've been in my classes, you've heard this story before. It's the juicy mango. So, interestingly, I've got my little mango juice today. Okay, you ready? So, growing up in Australia, typically around about summer is when we've got obviously the mango season, and a lot of the best mangoes come from a place called Carnarvon. And so every year I would look forward to mango season, and the mango has to be the right kind of ripeness. If it's not ripe enough, it's bitter and it's a bit grainy, it's not delicious. And if it's overripe, it's stinky and obviously rotten. So you've got to get the mangoes at the right squidginess. And so typically you feel the mango, if it just dips a little bit, it's the right ripeness. If it doesn't move at all, it's underripe. And if it squishes all the way in, it's too ripe. So there's a skill to know when the mango is ripe. Okay, and look, this is back in the day when mangoes didn't come chopped up in a plastic container. Like, I'm old school, right? You just bought a whole mango and you had to cut up yourself. And so you get the mango and you cut the sides, and then when you cut the sides, you then cut it into little squares, and then you turn the mango inside out, and then you shove your face into it. And you shove your face into it, and it's so delicious, and you're working your way through eating all the squares. And then the little fibers get in your teeth, and the juice is running down your hands, and it's all sticky, and you don't care. It's like whatever, it's 35-degree heat in Australia in summer, so you're hot, you're sticky, but this mango is so juicy, and the fibers are in your teeth, and you don't care because it's so delicious. So you work your way through one side, and then you work your way through the other side, and then you start eating the flesh off the seed. Obviously, you don't want to miss out on that flesh, so you're working your way through the seed, and then the more of the fibers are in your teeth. So by the time you're done, you're like covered in juice all the way down to your elbows, and all the fibers in your teeth. It's very uncomfortable, but you don't care because it's so juicy. So this is a really beautiful analogy for manifestation, that manifestation isn't perfect. So when you are with that soulmate, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be this messy experience. But you want that soulmate so much. It's like this juicy experience. Like, you can feel his arms around you. You can feel his kisses. You can feel making love to this beautiful, amazing soulmate in your life. You can smell his aroma, his pheromones. You can feel his hair. You can feel his eyes looking at you. You can feel his lips touching your lips. It's that juicy mango. You've got to feel the feelings in your body, like the stickiness running down your arms, okay? Making love, and it's all sweaty, right? That energy. So that's how badly you got to want the manifestation versus, well, it'd be nice if I have a soulmate, but if not, then I'll be okay, somehow I'll get through. I've got my friends. Then you haven't got that desire. And so when you're connecting to this manifestation, it's going to be like this juicy mango, whether it's the soul line clients that you want, that you can't wait to stick your teeth into them, that I can't wait to transform the lives of these humans when they start working with me, and through my process, oh my God, their lives are going to be incredible. Their lives will never be the same. I'm going to create extraordinary results. They're going to change the lives of millions of people around the planet. That's my juicy mango. Do you see? So I use this beautiful analogy because you'll remember the story. You'll remember the story. Is my manifestation, is my dream juicy enough for me to go after it versus, well, it'd be nice if I start a business and a side hustle and, do those 10K months Anna's talking about. But like, if not, I'll just stick to my day job. I'm on 3,000 a month. It's pretty good. And if I save money, maybe I'll play the lotto. That's not a juicy mango. You're not all in. You're not committed. You're entertaining the idea of having a business. You're entertaining the idea of having a soulmate. It'd be nice to have, but you're not fired up and juiced up about it. Okay? So you're juicy, juicy mango. That's just how I want you to feel in your body when you're thinking about the manifestation. Okay? Next, clearing the resistance. So yesterday, we talked about some of this yesterday. So I definitely encourage you to watch yesterday's live because that was an excellent training. So today I want to talk about kickbacks. How does it serve you to stay single? What's the good thing about staying single? Because you're wanting that soulmate, you're wanting love, right? Maybe you're working on your beliefs about calling in that soulmate and clearing your blocks, but the soulmate hasn't showed up yet. So what's the good thing? What's the good thing of not having a soulmate? Well, if I don't have my soulmate, then I don't have to shave my legs and my armpits. What else? Well, if I don't have a soulmate, then when I make my money, it's my money. I have to share my money. Then I don't have to justify to my partner why I'm spending money. I get to have more free time with my friends. What else? Well, I'm scared that if I get into a relationship, he, she, they might hurt me. So if I stay single, I'm safe. If I stay single, I get my freedom and independence because I'm scared that once I get into a relationship, once I get into a marriage, I'll be Mrs., his last name, and I will have to produce a firstborn son, and I'll be tied to the kitchen and having to clean the house, clean the home, and I'll have to give up my career. So can you see how it may serve you to stay single because of the kickbacks? There's some bonuses for staying single, right? What if you were to release those stories? Because those are incorrect assumptions. Just because you get married doesn't mean you give up your freedom. Just because you get married, you don't have to have children if you don't want to. But many women carry beliefs that they must have children in order to justify their existence as a woman and to be the good wife. Right? So once you clear that belief, you are free to choose or not choose to have children. Once you clear that belief, you no longer feel that you are a slave or a property of the man. These are old programs carried in our DNA from our ancestors. Right? For a long time, women couldn't own property. They couldn't vote. If a woman had wealth and she got married, that wealth went to the man. So some of these programs inside your DNA are like hundreds of years old and outdated. And so here you are trying to manifest a soulmate, but subconscious says, if you do that, he'll abuse you. He'll beat you. He'll take advantage. You'll be his property. That's why you want to clear the beliefs. Instead of walking around with these programs in your unconscious without even realizing. Yeah? So explore your kickbacks. What is the good thing for staying stuck? What's the good thing about not having clients? What's the good thing about not having a six-figure or a seven-figure business? What's the good thing? Well, it might be, I have too many clients, too many problems, too many complaints. Too many clients means too much cash, and if there's too much cash, there's too much tax. Right? If I have a big business, I have to have lots of employees. There's going to be lots of headaches. I have to take care of people. You might want to clear some of those programs, right? Because those are all incorrect assumptions, right? All of those programs can be collapsed instantly, and you can start to see the world through a different viewpoint. Make sense? Okay, so we talked about letting go of the victim story. Okay, from now on, moving forward, no more whinging, whining, complaining, bitching, crying. Okay, complaining about why your life is not the way you want it, because that's what you're manifesting. Okay, that is basically manifesting in reverse. So you're shifting your focus, making, as I like to call it, the pivot from what you don't want to what you do want, and moving towards that, leaning towards that, going into that desire and that visualization towards the juicy mango. Okay, and continue to do that on a regular basis. For you guys, you might have to do this daily, every single day, until you get yourself in the habit of leaning into, focusing on, envisaging, right? Whether it's a vision board or a journaling process or just closing your eyes in visualization, It requires your resilience and persistence and commitment to this process of leaning into, connecting to the vision of what you're wanting and moving towards the desire instead of away from the fear. Okay? From that place, you're going to get inspired ideas and actions. You then take the actions, you move. This physical piece of me, you get into action. You move towards the desires, acting from. So as the version of you who already has that divine life partner, take the action from that place versus, oh, I'm going to go out, on this app and I'm going to try dating. It doesn't really feel aligned, but I'm going to do it anyway because so-and-so did it and they found a guy, so if I should do that. That's not aligned, inspired action, okay? You're not really believing you're going to attract the soulmate, right? So you are visualizing, feeling the energy in your body, acting from the place of it's a done deal. It's a done deal. The soulmate is in my life right now. They're looking for me. If I knew my soulmate was looking for me and they would find me, what actions would I be taking? What moves would I be making? From that place. From that place. Okay? Right? Okay? Explore your kickbacks. How does it serve you not to have the thing? What are all the kickbacks? And block all those incorrect assumptions. More money does not mean more problems. It actually means more freedom. Right? More clients means more impact. Okay? Reframing some of those programs. Having a soulmate in your life doesn't mean you have less freedom. In fact, you have more freedom. Right? Okay? This is the ongoing work. Changing your mindset to create that extraordinary life. We've got to let go of our excuses and lean towards the vision of our desires. Your juicy mango. Thank you so much, guys. So as always, my invitation is extended to you if you're ready to join the Feeding classes to learn how to change your beliefs instantly. The details are in the Instagram bio. We'll see you at the classes. Lots of love. Till next time. Bye.